Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is She and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I am so excited today because I am finally getting to sit down and record this video that has been requested for so long and by so many people. I had a lot going on and it's not a video that I can just shoot like that. I need it to be very detailed because it's very important and I know a lot of people would like to see it. So I wanted to take my time and make sure that I do something good. So today, as you can already tell from the title, I am going to be showing you or teaching you how to apply for a UK visitor's visa. There are a lot of UK visas that you can apply, but today I am going to be speaking specifically about the visitor's visa and we can discuss about the rest in another video. Applying for a visitor's visa is one thing and getting it approved is another. So today I am going to be showing you how to apply for it and how to get it approved by giving you all the requirements that you need. I want to ask you to watch this video to the very end because every point is important, and towards the end I am going to be showing you the documents checklist that we get from the UK website. After this is only given to people who have applied for the visa. You can't get this before you apply for it. So this is a secret that I'm going to be sharing with you. It is a documents checklist. So stay tuned, watch this video to the end, and I will be reading for you this and I will take you through it. So this is how we are going to do it. I'm going to put them in points. There are 7 points. So I'm going to do one point and then we expound. Second point, we expound on it to make sure that you understand. I have every point written down on my tablet here just in case I forget. I can always refer because I do not want to forget anything. When you're applying for UK visa, do not leave any stone unturned. Do not take chances. Here is how much documents I took to the UK embassy. It's written visa application center TLS contact. It's a lot of documents, a lot of paperwork, but the reason as to why I took all these papers is because in the UK embassy, we are not asked to go for an interview. Your papers speak for you. So it is good that you leave no stone unturned. They are not going to call you to find out anything. They just rely on your paperwork. So, and there is no limit as to how many papers you can take or how much paper you can take. You can take for as long as you think it is going to help with your case. Just take it. I'm going to be trying and showing you some examples where need be. I have been denied a visa 2 times and that doesn't feel good at all. You can cry. It's the saddest thing that can ever happen to you, bearing in mind that the fee is non-refundable. So I have my refusal letter here, but I was so mad when I got it and I tore it apart. It is only one. I don't know where the other one is, but I've gotten a refusal 2 times. And I don't know if I can just put it for you together so that you can see. Refusal of a visit visa. So don't take any chances. There are 3 top things that you need to have. Number 1, do you have a host? It can be a hotel, it can be a relative or a friend who is going to invite you. Are you patient? How patient are you? It's not easy. This process is not easy. And that is the reason as to why my video is not going to be short. Because the process of applying for a UK visa is long. You need a lot of patience. Number 3, are you honest? You have to be very honest, because if you lie and you are caught lying by the UK government, you'll be given a 10-year ban. 10 years ban. And you know what happens when you're given a ban by the UK embassy? That means that you can't visit any other country, because there is always a part that asks you whenever you're filling your application, have you ever been given a ban from any other European country? Have you ever been deported? So it's going to be hard for you to get a visa from any other country. Do not lie, just be very, very honest. If you have those 3 things that I have mentioned, without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. So point number 1 is applicant's document. Applicant is the person who is applying for the visa at that time. So applicant's document, the first thing that you need to have is your birth certificate. We all know how birth certificate looks like. They look something like this, with such a topic like this. The second thing that you need to have is your passport. Remember that we had these passports in Kenya, but then we changed the passport. So do not take this passport. Please take the new passport, okay? Number 3, still on the applicant's documents, the thing you need to take, your ID and photocopy of your ID. This is not my ID, don't know where mine is, but ID and a photocopy. You cannot enter TLS center without an ID, and you need to take a copy of your ID to apply for the visa. So original and photocopy. The other thing you need to take is passport photograph. Point number 2, sponsor's document. A sponsor is the person who is inviting you to go and visit them. It could be your relative, it could be your friend, the person who is inviting you. We are referring to them as a sponsor in this case, okay? So here are the sponsor's document that you need to have. Sponsor's personal documents: birth certificate of the sponsor, passport copy. They have like a maroon passport, yeah, so get a copy of that passport, and a passport photograph, the sponsor's passport photograph, okay? Point number 3, proof of relationship. You're gonna have to prove the relationship between you and your sponsor, the person who is inviting you. If that person is your mother, you're going to provide a birth certificate showing that she is your mother. Or a relative, you're going to find a way of proving that. And if it's your friend, you still have to prove that. But in my case, my sponsor is my husband, and these documents that I will tell you here will work even if you have a boyfriend, that you're not married, because you'll need to provide things like photos of you together. Of course, if it is your mom, you have photos of you together. If it is your friend, you have photos. If it is your husband, of course, you have photos together. So photos of you together. And there is how you do these photos. You put them, remember, everything must be in an A4, by the way, before I forget, A4 page. So download 4 photos and put them in one A4. 4 photos per A4. And then alongside each photo, you have to explain what was happening in that photo. Let's say you took a photo having a good time with family. You're going to state the date and what's happening. Having a good time, December 2018, having a good time with family, something like that. So in order for you to understand it properly, let me show you what I mean. An example. It is going to be something like this. I hope you can see. You see how many photos are these? 1, 2, 3, 4 photos in one A4 page. And then at the side of it, you explain what is happening in that photo. I hope we are together. Conversations. You will have to show your conversations so that they can see what you talk about, or if your relationship is genuine. So these conversations as well, they are still done the same way as photos. You take screenshots of your conversations, whether you converse on Messenger, WhatsApp, email, whatever, but take screenshots. 4 screenshots will fit in one A4. And to explain that better, it is like this. For us, we talk more on Messenger, as you can see. I know you guys are going to be zooming to read my conversation, but I know you very well. I know you very well. So yeah, these are 4 screenshots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 screenshots like this. So take as many screenshots as possible and put 4 screenshots in every A4, and then take it together with your photos. Money transfers. This, we are still on number 3, proving the relationship, remember? So money transfers. If your sponsor sends you money, you're gonna have to prove that, just to show that your relationship is very genuine. Because if it's your mother, maybe sometimes they'll be sending you money. If it's your husband or wife, sometimes they're going to be sending you money. So it depends on where this person sends the money. If the person sends you money using something like TransferWise or Western Union, if they use such kind of things to send you money, then you can provide the receipts. Or if they send it to your M-Pesa, you can take screenshots of your M-Pesa. So I have something like this here. The company that we use is called Azimo. So it shows you the details that actually I receive money from England. And then holidays together. If you've gone on holidays together, provide photos as well of those holidays. Provide flight tickets, and also you can provide, like for example, if you use Bonfire to book for your holidays, you can provide, you can ask Bonfire to give you something showing that you've booked with them. And also hotel reservations, the emails that they sent you, take screenshots of those ones and put them together. Sponsors flight tickets. You must have met your sponsor. That's one point I forgot to tell you. You must have met your sponsor. So in order to prove that you've met, you have to show flight tickets. This is just an example. When you book your flight ticket, they always send you an email. So just print that out. It will look something like this. Print it out. If the person inviting you is your spouse, you will need to provide your marriage certificate. And if you got married in Kenya, you know that you got a paper this size and in color gray like this. So this one is not the marriage certificate that you take to the British Embassy. The one that you take is a big certificate with a blue looking certificate, and this one is certified. It is certified about how to get married in Kenya and what documents you are given and where to get married in Kenya. Maybe if you'd like to know that, drop me a message and I will tell you more about that. But marriage certificates, you have to take that to prove your relationship. So point number 4, sponsors prove he can provide for you. You can't go to somebody who cannot provide for you. They need to see that you are not going to be a burden to the government when they invite you there. So they want to know that this person you are going to visit can be able to take care of you, okay? So you are going to provide an invitation letter from your sponsor. Let your sponsor write an invitation letter stating the reason why you have to go there and who they are to you and how much they earn and for how long you'll be going, things like that. I can show you an example of how to write those letters, but you need to DM me directly for that. Tenancy agreement. If this person is renting an apartment in England, you will need to get the tenancy agreement. And if the property is theirs, they own the property, then they have to send you documents proving that they own that property. So they just want to see where you are going to be living. Letter from his employer or her employer. If your sponsor is employed, you are going to ask them to give you a letter from their employer. But if they are self-employed, they need to give you the documents showing that they are self-employed. If the person is employed, ask for their pay slips. Bank statements as well. Take a bank statement. We know how bank statements look like, so ask them to send you the bank statements. Yeah. Letter from his landlord. This is if the apartment your sponsor is living in is rented. They will need to give you a letter from their landlord stating that this person lives here and for how long they have lived here, and we are giving them permission to invite the friend, the spouse, whoever they want to invite. Okay. Point number 5. Proof of earnings. That is applicant's proof of earnings. So in my case, I was the applicant, and this is what I took. I took a letter from my employer. Your employer has to write you a letter and say that you work there, your position, your salary, and that they are giving you permission to go and visit England for such and such a time. Payslips. They normally ask you for your 6 months payslips, but for me, I took 1 year's payslip. Contract. The contract, when you're offered a job, of course, there is a contract that you have to sign. So that contract is the one you take. My cover letter. I had to write my cover letter telling them who I am, why do I need to be granted this visa to go and visit England, and for how long will I be in England. And like I said, if you want to know more about the letters, feel free to DM me. I also took my bank statement. You guys know, if you are in Kenya, you know who these people are. So this is where I went to my branch and I asked them to give me my 6 months bank statement. So they gave me 6 months bank statement. By the way, there are people who tell you that you need to have 1 million in your bank, you need to have 500,000, you need to have, I don't know how much, but that is a lie. For as long as, if you say, for example, you're being paid like 100,000 every month, Kenya shillings, they need to see that money coming into your bank. Of course, they don't expect that money to live there. You are going to take it and use it. So for as long as they see the money coming in and out, it's okay. But to have savings, it's going to make your case a bit easier when you have some savings. But it doesn't matter how much you have. You don't have to have a lot of money. Point number 6. This is ties, and this is where a lot of people were asking me, what are these ties? How do I even provide evidence of these ties? So the ties are the things that they want to know you are going to come back for. What will make you come back? So those are the ties. And the ties that I provided myself is my tenancy agreement. Tenancy agreement looks like this, something like this, of where you live. When you go to get a new apartment, you know you are given a tenancy agreement to sign. So that tenancy agreement is the one that I'm talking about. Take your tenancy agreement to show that you have a house and you have to come back to your house. Receipts of house rents to show that the house is yours, that you rent it. I also took some receipts to show that I pay for this house monthly, how much I'm paying for it, because I can manage to pay for it. So I will definitely come back to my house. Having properties really help you when they are asking you about the ties. So if you have things like title deeds, please take the title deeds to show that you have property, you are not poor. In case of anything, you can just sell your property and get transport to come back home. And something like logbook. And also, if you are a student, you go to school and ask your lecturer to write you a letter confirming that you are a student and what you are studying there. So in my case, because I was also a student, I had to go back to school, to my lecturer, and ask them to write for me a letter stating what I'm studying and for how long I have been studying, and that they have given me permission to be out of school for such and such period of time. Point number 7, when you are filling your paperwork, you will come across a point, members remaining at home. So you could be asking yourself, how am I even supposed to prove that I'm leaving members at home? Am I supposed to take them to the embassy so that they can say, hey, I'll be remaining while she travels? No. You get the ID photocopies of the people whom you, the same surname, like your sisters, your brothers, your mom, your dad, you have the same surname, no? So take their IDs, photocopy them, and then take them to the embassy. So the embassy will see that you have people at home, so you can't go for good and leave your people at home.